Good afternoon, aviators. This is Quentin J. Parker, your pilot. And this is my home, Philadelphia. Indulge me for a moment while I hype up the scenery of it. X-Plane user StevePHL put together a custom render of Philadelphia International that included a good chunk of the metropolitan area. It's got all the things you can expect to see, particularly from the air. But if you find yourself down at ground level, you're going to find quite a bit of detailed goodness. There's the art museum with Rocky statue included. Temple University campus. City Hall with William Penn statue atop. I mean, it would have been nice to throw a team jersey on him, but you know, I digress. The clothespin, if you need to meet up with your friends. On South Broad Street, there's the Academy of Music and the Kimmel Center. Over by the Schuylkill, there's the Sierra Center, 30th Street Station, and the Pico Building, with its marquee congratulating the 2008 World Series champion Philadelphia Phillies. You gotta have Independence Hall in there. Among our many high-rises is the Comcast Technology Center, which I'd like to think of as Philadelphia's own Baxter Building or Avengers Tower. Alright, calm down, fellow nerds. Calm down. Yo, there's even Elfreth's Alley. At the Delaware River waterfront, we've got the Benjamin Franklin Bridge, which will be celebrating its centennial in 2026. We also have Penn's Landing, featuring the Penn's Landing Marina, with the Moshaloo and the Chart House Seafood Restaurant. Alright, that's enough for now. Y'all came here for the flying. So let's traverse this long stretch of Ashton Road, which terminates here at Atlantic Aviation. I imagine this side of the fence is where many aspiring aviators made the decision to take that introductory lesson. This building houses my FBO, and this is the view I have walking out to the flight line. TorqueSim just upgraded the SR22TN to version 2.1.0, and we're going to see what's what. I think the primary change in 2.1 is improved integration with the X-Plane 12 X1000 display. That and FMOD, physics, engine, and avionics improvements. Gonna get in. All right, let's button it up. Speaking of upgrades, this is X-Plane 12.1.1. And as far as this update, I think it's just a whole lot of crash fixes and stability changes. 12.1 has pretty much promised to do away with the jagged shadows, and as far as I can tell, that's a promise kept. I have not seen any jagged shadows at all. And I've got that light bloom going on. While it does make some text hard to read, it also gives the scenery an overall dreamy kind of property. And maybe I need to play with it a little more, but I gotta say I'm not a fan of the field of view feature that they added. Maybe it depends on how it's used, but I don't feel the need to make my X-Plane images look like Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. I remember before TorqueSim really optimized the SR22TN, it would hang on startup when the MFD and PFD booted up, and it was pretty substantial. It took you right out of the simulation. But it's been smooth sailing for quite a while. 79 degrees on the ramp, and though that's not nearly as hot and humid as it's been lately, I'm still going to engage the air conditioning when we get a cruise altitude. Engine instrumentations looks good. Okay, now I can hear. Okay, let's let the engine warm up while we get the ATIS.
0633. Advise on initial contact you have. Information, Kilo. Northeast Philadelphia. Information, Kilo. 1335. Zulu. Special. Wind, calm. Visibility more than 10 miles. Sky clear. Temperature 25. Dew point 18. Altimeter 3014. Arriving runway 0633. Departing runway 0633. Advise on initial contact you have. Information, Kilo.
We're going to fly direct to Tweed, New Haven, Connecticut. Kilo Hotel, Victor November. It's new scenery made by HardFlyer. There's an older render by my boy Gutenschmeiss, but I thought maybe to give someone else's work some love. Irrelevant, but there's really a sweet version of it available from Orbix for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Parking brake off. Clear to the left, clear to the right, and we're moving. Test left brake, it's good. Test right brake, it's also good. The LiveTraffic plugin reads real-world ADS-B data and represents those flights in the sim. All these red labels that you see and will be seeing, yeah, that corresponds to somebody in meat space actually burning aviation fuel. It's pretty cool, huh? Historically, I have labels off, but have recently started flying with them on just to show how busy the sky can get. I think they're up to version 3.6, and among many neat things you can do aside from just, watching other traffic, you can focus, zoom in on any aircraft that catches your interest and just follow it along its journey. They make use of whatever CSL packages are available, Bluebell, XCSL. Obviously there are some limitations and inaccuracies, one of which the lower plane is, the less accurate its representation is. Regardless, I really like it, and it goes a long way to take the staleness out of flying in an otherwise empty or AI-filled sky. So when I started flying for real, my FBO was located up by the Jet Center, at the departure end of runway 24. And I always enjoyed taking off and landing from 24 because the eye line led straight into downtown Philadelphia. It was just a nice backdrop. Once the FBO relocated to the southern end, you know, departure end for runway 33, I really like taking off from runway 33 because it's got that little dip in the middle. It gives it a little character. You know, it's not flat. We're rolling. And we're off. Flaps up. Nose up. Turning on course. Let's go. I'm not going to bore you with the full climb to altitude. We're currently on course and climbing to 6,500, although we may have to step down to a lower cruise altitude, depending on the clouds. I am especially liking these clouds, and with today's weather, the way they blend into the horizon. Green bars across the board. That's what I like to see when flying this plane. A good aviator will always monitor their engine instruments, but it just feels, I don't know, extra flight engineering to do it in the Cirrus. I'm silly, don't mind me. It's roughly 53 degrees at 5,400. I might want to think twice about turning on the AC. And there's one of our more recent stops, Trenton Mercer. We are now at cruise. Hi, everybody. 50 degrees at altitude. It's still a little warm. Yeah, I'm gonna turn on the AC. You can't see it, but I am basically wings level with Old Bridge Airport, and they are just granting me Bravo clearance. Hey. Woo. They took it right up to the wire, man. Yeah, it kind of looks like the ceiling ahead might be lower than I thought. Alright, I gambled and I lost. These lower clouds were hard to make out until they were right in front of me. We're going to step down to 4,500. This is a little different for me. I'm so used to the view when I head northeast over Long Island's southern shore. Not exactly sure why my performance is deteriorating. I don't know if it's the New York scenery or congestion from all these LiveTraffic ADS-B signals. I'm certainly closer to where most people's FPSs drop. There's Manhattan, Governor's Island, and Erie Basin off my left wing. The David Dinkins Manhattan Municipal Building. There's the Brooklyn Bridge, the World Trade Center, and One State Street Plaza. And there's the Statue of Liberty, property of New Jersey. I thought of installing the Stasco's or Driswicki Designs Manhattan scenery, but suspected I'd take a frame hit. Guess it doesn't make a difference at this point. You know, regardless, let's just get New Haven's ATIS. The air conditioning feels nice, even though it's, what, 60 degrees at this altitude outside? Huh. Okay, we are clear of the Bravo and overflying Long Island Sound, which separates New York from Connecticut. All right, both Bridgeport and New Haven are in Delta airspaces with 2,500 foot ceilings. They're right next to each other and Bridgeport's in our way, so I'm going to maintain 4,500 feet over Bridgeport, turn to the east, and perform a descending spiral to an approach altitude for New Haven. I could just ask to transit their airspace, but why bother them? Look at all these ADS-B signals. You know what? I want to do something. Let's bring out Milkshake! This is in honor of Stephen Drury, Australian YouTuber, private pilot, and owner of the iconic SR22G3, Victor Hotel, Echo Yankee Zulu. In late February, he shared that a tumor was discovered on his brain. It was operable and surgically excised, so his flying was put on hold during the recovery period. His frequent flying companion is a plush cow he calls Milkshake, which TorqueSim put into their Cirrus planes, along with the Echo Yankee Zulu livery. I'm glad he's doing good, and I hope it's not long before he's back in the left seat. Good thoughts to you and your family, brother. Stay vertical. Though it's been a while since I've flown anything with a G1000, I'm pretty sure that these aircraft icons are new, or at least new to X-Plane 12. I think that's the integration TorqueSim was implementing into their planes, and I suspect it's the feed they're getting from LiveTraffic. All right, there's Bridgeport. Like I said, once I'm clear of their boundary, I'll descend turn to approach. Runway 2, New Haven. In between Bridgeport and New Haven is another Class Delta airspace that comes up to 2,500. I want to stay away from. It's a private heliport named Sikorsky. Kilo Juliet Sierra Delta. Alright, time to sanitize the cockpit. Stefan sees this as the ultimate disrespect, putting away Milkshake, but I'm sure he'll understand the necessity of no distractions on approach. The fuck? There's a carrier ahead and it thinks I want to land. Should I give in to my intrusive thoughts, or... I suppose it's the same carrier that I saw on New Year's Eve when I flew from Block Island to Farmingdale in Logbook 67. That's funny. And somehow I'm just catching that I've been flying easterly using westbound altitudes. And not once, but twice. My dumbass. Runway 0220 is 5,600 feet long, and they're looking to extend it to at least 6,600 feet. Yeah, touchdown was not the best. You know what? Let's teleport to parking. I probably should have turned off the AC before landing. Is it just me, or is there like this brief feeling of disorientation? You're in a new place and your senses try and acclimate to it. I get that when I land in a new airport. It's not dangerous, you know, you got your sense of balance and all. It's just you're taking in a new vibe, and maybe you can feel the magnetic variance. I don't know. Like I said, is it just me? So I first saw Tweed, New Haven when I was planning for another flight, and didn't really pique my curiosity. Then I saw that all this custom scenery existed for it, so I figured, let me check it out. The west ramp of the airport is the terminal for air carriers, specifically Avelo Airlines and their 737-700s and 800s, and a mad amount of auto parking for passengers, visitors, and car rental. The east ramp houses more single and multi-engine aircraft. HardFlyer included the Robinson Aviation building, so I guess I gotta go pay the $30 ramp fee. God damn it. The airport markings, buildings, and structures are mostly accurate to the real world. The tower area is missing some stuff, but not offensively so. So that's it. This was a flight of software updates. Not sure what to say. Part of the reason why I stopped posting videos was I couldn't use the replay function reliably. It kept crashing. And full disclosure, while replay appears to be working just fine now, X-Plane crashed 3 times during this flight. So, not sure what to make of it. Need more data. I'm just realizing now, the weather variances were so smooth, I didn't even really notice it. It wasn't jarring at all. So that's worth the price of gold, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, it was a quick hop, and aside from screwing up the cruising altitudes, I enjoyed it. It was all right. I hope you liked it too. This has been your pilot, Quentin J. Parker. And I'll catch up with you mad legends in another video. With any fortune, I'll have my Charlie pedals, and I can tell you if it was worth the wait or not. That's it. I'm out. Stay out of trouble, y'all. Bye.